Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. So this video is going to open up your mind, so at least come with an open mind, because what I say is my opinion and my experience. You may not have the same experience, but having an open mind and listening to it with an open mind will may lead to more experiences in your life that may open up the truth to you. So as I mentioned in the previous videos on this channel, is that everything starts in the mind. Everything starts with your mental mind. This is where creation begins. And this is what the Matrix has been saying, is that you didn't come here to make the choice. You've already made the choice. You only come here to understand the reason why you've made the choice is because through the thoughts you associate yourself with, through the thoughts that you hold and the vision that you hold in your mind, that eventually manifests into your physical reality, and eventually you experience it in the physical world. So, and there's a big delay in from the point you hold a thought in your mind and a vision to the point where it manifests. But in the astral realm, in the dream state, the thoughts that you associate yourself with, if you just instantly hold a thought, it will manifest into your into the dream state, into the astral realm instantly, and then you will experience it. But in the dream state, because not in the dream state, in the waking state, in the physical world, because we are playing with matter, everything is so dense, so there is a big delay from the point we hold a certain thought to the point where it manifests. So the reason why the Matrix said is you didn't come here to make the choice, you've already made the choice, is because you've already chosen the thoughts you wanted to associate yourself with. You've already chose that vision. From that moment you chose a thought, you associated yourself with the thoughts, you've already created that experience, but it hasn't happened yet in the physical world for you to experience it. You are creating from the imagination first, and then it will manifest into your physical world. So, and once you are experiencing the physical world, for instance, take a look at the present moment now. Whatever you are experiencing now in your physical world, in your whatever's in your environment, whatever environment you are experiencing it, you've already created that experience in the past. You are now experiencing your creation, what you've created, the thoughts that you held, the vision that you hold in your mind, you are now experiencing it. So you can't change it because it's already been created. So you only change matter from your mind. So you can shape your environment, you can shape the reality around you with your mind. So this is where mind over matter comes in, the term minds over matter. So you can create anything you want, you can visualize it, but there's two things you need to create your physical world, to change anything that's in your physical world, to create anything you want to experience. First, you need to have the vision, you need to have the thoughts of what you want, which is desire. Then you need faith. Faith is the most important thing. So faith could be compared as the heat that cooks your food, and then the vision, the thoughts can be the ingredient. So you can gather all the ingredients, think of what you want, which is the desires. But if you don't have the heat to cook those ingredients, you won't arrive at the meal you've envisioned. So the heat is what creates the dish you've envisioned in your mind. Same thing for faith. If you don't have faith, but you have vision, you have thoughts, it will not manifest. You need faith, which is belief. So, and you have to constantly hold that same belief. You have to be present in the moment as well for that creation to happen, because you have to constantly hold that belief. You have to be persistent, and you have to be constant in that vision and that goal for it to manifest. So anything you hold in your mind can manifest and will manifest as long as you have faith. So this is where a lot of people in their lives, when something is happened to them, they are not understanding the reason why it's happening is because they've created that life on a subconscious level. And when they are experiencing that life, when they are immersed in that environment, they don't understand what's happening to them is because they created that life on a subconscious level. They are not aware of their creations. They are not aware of what they are creating. So anything that is happening to you now, you've created in the past. So that's why I say never blame anyone for anything that is happening to you or that has happened to you. You have to take accountability, is because you've created that. Whether you know it or not, you either created on a subconscious level or on a conscious level. So if you don't like the experience you are experiencing, then you have to become aware of the thoughts that you are holding in your mind, the vision you are holding in your mind, in your belief as well is what's creating your reality. If you don't like it, then you have to change it. In order for you to change it, in the present moment, you have to take hold of your mind. You have to take control of your mind by choosing a different thought, by associating yourself with a different thoughts, and by changing your belief systems. And this is the reason where TV programming comes into play. It's subconsciously programming the mind to believe in certain things. And by constantly associating yourself with that thought, then the beliefs become stronger and stronger and stronger. And the stronger it becomes, then it materializes into your physical without your awareness. And this is why I say a lot of people are sleepwalking, because they are not aware of what they are creating. They are not aware of the thoughts they are holding in their mind, and they're allowing whatever they are feeding their eyes through the screens, that is what is shaping and creating their reality. So if you want a certain life, you have to choose the thoughts that is associated with that lifestyle or that life. So for example, if you want to live a millionaire lifestyle, a billionaire lifestyle, you have to associate only thoughts that are on the same frequency, that are on the same plane of existence. So only hold thoughts of wealth, only hold thoughts of millionaire lifestyle, billionaire lifestyle, and continue to hold those visions, those thoughts. And you have to believe that is going to happen, or you have to believe you are worthy of experiencing that lifestyle. If you don't believe it, if you just hold those thoughts and if you just hold those visions without the belief, it's not going to happen. You have to believe that it's going to happen. And I've made this talk before on the previous video, that the reason why prayers get answered is not because some deity outside of yourself is creating or is answering those prayers. Is because the person that made that prayer has fully believed that that prayer is going to be answered, or whatever they ask for is going to happen. So they themselves create and manifest whatever they ask for, because you yourself are creators. You're creating your reality. There's nothing outside of yourself. You are the creator. So by holding a certain thoughts in a certain vision and truly believe that it's going to happen, and eventually it will manifest. So there's going to be delays, but in the interim of those delays, people allow doubts to creep in into the mind, maybe from outside influences. That's why it's key to surround yourself with certain people, because they will either influence your mind, thinking based on their subconscious programming as well. They will either, if you say something is going to happen to you, they either will say you're crazy, you're out of your mind. And then this is where outside of influence comes in, and that's when you start doubting yourself, and then doubt starts to creep in, and then your belief starts to break down, and then whatever your vision you had, whatever thoughts you had, will no longer manifest, because you've allowed outside influences to shape your belief, to create a different reality for yourself. So that's why it's key to surround yourself with people on the same mindset, that has the same goal, or else your visions, your plans, the thoughts you hold will not manifest. So personally for me, that's why no one can tell me I'm not a billionaire because I know I am. So even if you tell me something that is outside of my belief, I will disregard it, because I understand what is happening. I am present at all time, and I'm constantly creating the life I envision, the thoughts I hold, because I know it's going to manifest, and I have strong faith, strong belief in it, because I understand the power of creation, the law of creation, the law of attraction, what creates reality, how reality is created. And there are certain things you can do to expedite the process, the manifestation process, but that's probably gonna be for a later video. There's certain things you can do that brings your creation to manifest more quickly. But the only thing you really need to start is to hold a certain thought. So let's say if you want to have a new car, so hold the vision of the car you want. You have to choose it from the mental plane first. Choose the type of car, the color, how it looks, and hold that thought, hold that vision for as long as you can, and truly believes it. And you can repeat to yourself affirmations that I'm grateful that I have this certain car. I'm very grateful that I'm experiencing. You have to say things as in the present moment. You can't say that I'm going to have this car. You have to believe that you are already in possession of that car. This is where you have to continue programming your mind to believe. But at the present moment, when you first start, it will all feel like a lie, because you are not really physically experiencing it. That's why it feels like a lie. But the more you repeat yourself that you are grateful for having that car, you will start to feel that it is true. You will have to, at a certain point, you will feel that it's so true that you will start to blame the universe. Why haven't it bring you your car yet? So at this point, this is I believe this is where I am, at the point where I know I'm a billionaire, and the money is not physically here yet, and I know it's coming, but I do understand there is a delay, and I can't control that part. It's up to the universe to do its part and bring that into the physical world, into the manifestation. So you're not in control of how things happen. So for you to be in your environment experiencing things and you blaming other people for what is happening to you, then you really have no understanding of life, you have no understanding of yourself, and you have no understanding of what is happening around you. The universe is creating things, but you yourself, you've created in the past by the thoughts you held, by the vision you hold. And then the universe will align people, it will align things and create that event for you to experience that physical world. And for you to blame anyone in your life or in anything that happens to you, first you're gonna have to blame the universe. For you to blame anyone is you blaming the universe, or as people call it, a god energy, is the same thing. You are blaming the universe, and then you are blaming yourself because you created that life. So you have to look at yourself in the mirror, I say, and ask yourself, why are you blaming yourself for what? Because something is happening to you. So you have to start changing your thoughts, changing your visions, and changing your belief, because you are blaming your own self for your own creation, for creating something, for creating your experience. So this is where the mention in the Bible say, what is that saying? It said, my people are, I think it's, what was it? It's called, my people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Something around those lines. Is by not knowing what is happening to you, you can destroy yourself. So before you blame anyone, you have to take a look at yourself, because by blaming someone, you are blaming the universe, and then you are blaming yourself for what is happening to you. So you just have to take control of your mind. Once you take control of your mind, but the thing is, it doesn't happen overnight. For me, this journey has been, I would say, over 10, close to 12, 13 years. And then now, being in the present moment, it took time. It took a deep introspection, a deep thoughts, thinking, what is it? Just being present and meditating to truly understand yourself, to truly understand what is happening to you, to truly understand the world around you. And once you understand these facts or these beliefs, then there is no fear of anything. You don't fear anyone. You're not inferior to anything. You're not inferior to anyone. Only you can allow yourself to feel inferior to anyone or to anything. So you truly understand yourself. You truly understand the world around you. And no one can cause you to fear anything. There is no fear, because you understand, if you fear anything, all you have to do is go back and go within yourself and find out the reason why you are fearing this thing, and understand that by choosing the right thoughts, by choosing the proper thoughts, you can change that fear, and you will understand that you are more powerful than the thing itself that you fear. So there's nothing in your life you should fear. The worst thing people fear is death, but death doesn't exist. It's just you leaving the physical flesh and entering a new dimension, entering a new reality, a doorway to a new existence, into a new experience. So there's nothing to fear. It's just a transition from one life to the next. So what you do in this physical world will accumulate a lot of karma to the next life and the next life. So that's why when you do a good deed to a person, you shouldn't expect anything in return from that person. You're doing it for yourself, regardless of if that person is aware of it. That's why a lot of good deeds, you shouldn't really care if it's being recorded or not, because you're doing it for yourself. You're accumulating a lot of good karma for you to experience in the next life, in the next life, in the next life. So this is the reason why I do these videos, and a reason why I will continue to help as many people as I possibly can, because it's building a lot of karma, for a lot of good karma for myself. And the more good karma you build, and it will echoes into the next life. In your next life, you will experience those good karmas. So your next life, in the next life, will be more beautiful for you, a more beautiful experience for you. So my rule of ethics is I would never take a life of any living being, even insects, even ants, even mammals, or any mammals. I view their life as I view my own, because they are part of me, I am part of them. And for me to kill them is for me to kill myself, or part of myself, because nothing is separated, everything is one. So this is why you should be cautious of anything you are doing in your life. If before you do an act, you should question the consequences of that action. Will it build good karma, or will it build bad karma? But a lot of people think short term. They only think in the present moment or in this life. They don't think about the next life. So whenever you see someone experience a difficult life in this life, or a horrible life in this life, it's something that they've done in the previous life for them to be experiencing this life. So you shouldn't feel bad for anyone. You shouldn't feel contempt toward anyone. So everyone is creating their own life, whether they are consciously aware of it or not. They created that life for themselves. So the only thing for you is to not allow anything to change who you are, not allow anyone to change your heart. Is perfect example I've given years ago is if you see a snake is burning and you attempt to pull the snake out of the fire and the snake bites you, you shouldn't get angry at the snake. The snake is going to do its nature. It's part of his nature to bite you. So you shouldn't be afraid. You shouldn't allow the snake to change who you are because it bit you. And you shouldn't hold any contempt for the snake because it bit you. Just be cautious next time in how you plan to save the next snake. So this is where the saying stems from, as a tiger, you can't change a tiger's stripes. It's the same way. You shouldn't allow anything that happens to you or around you to change who you are, to change you as a person. Because if you allow anything to change who you are, then you are changing your karma in the next life. So based on how you live now is how you are going to experiencing your next life. So for me, when I view anything, I don't view anything short term. Like in this physical reality, I view things as eternity, because you yourself are eternity. You will always be here. You will always exist as who you are. So if you continue to see things short term, then you can't see the bigger picture. And for me, I always look at things on a long term basis. So this is how I live my life. So in the next life, whatever I do now, I know I will experience it in the next life. So I live my life accordingly. So you shouldn't have any animosity toward anyone. You shouldn't have any evil thoughts toward anyone, because you are hurting yourself. This is where I'll probably save this and make another video. If someone is being negative toward you, nasty toward you, racist toward you, you shouldn't blame them, because they are hurting themselves. So that person has no knowledge of who they are, no understanding of who they are lost. So the only thing you can do is feel sorry for themselves, because they haven't come to understand themselves. They haven't come to understand life. Because the more negative thoughts you hold, the more hatred thoughts you hold, even if you think you are holding it toward that other person, you are hurting yourself. So it's like you taking poison and expect the other person to be affected. So the more evil thoughts you hold, the more evil your heart will become. And then you will end up doing evil things, and then you will end up building a lot of negative karma for yourself, and then you will end up experiencing that, an accumulation of bad karma. And you will experience it in the next life and the next life, and it just keeps going and going and going until you've waken up. You become awakened, and you understand that anything that you hold in your mind is only affecting you. It's not affecting anyone outside of yourself. So when anyone is showing hatred toward you, is showing negative thoughts toward you, or is being racist toward you, just pause for a moment and understand that they are only hurting themselves. They are not hurting you. So the only thing you can do is remove yourself from the equation, remove yourself from the surrounding, and you can't be affected by their actions or anything that they do. So until the next time, guys, I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And like I said, if I see these videos get a lot more like, then I will continue to make more videos, because the feedback helped me to understand if I should put out more of these contents. Because, for example, if you go to a restaurant and the chef makes a dish and it presents it to you, and if you don't give any feedback on the food, on that certain dish, the chef will not continue to make that dish, because the chef will assume that the dish is not favored by a lot of people, so it will discontinue that dish. Same thing for these videos. If there is no feedback, I don't feel that the video should be released, or these information should be shared, then I won't continue to make these videos, guys. I'll see you in the next one.